Have I run out of steam? Am I done with my dream? Have I just grown too old to care? And to all those I've hurt.
Hey folks, it's Ron with On Fire Concerts. Today we've got a legend in every sense of the word with us. He's a songwriter extraordinaire, an author, a storyteller in the truest sense, and an original Nashville outlaw who understands what that means. And he's written over 5,000 songs. He's also been described by Mary John Wilkins as Nashville answer to Bob Dylan, uh, Mr. Chris Gantry. Hey, yes, thank you, Chris, for being with us this morning.
That's all right.
Uh, Chris, you came to Nashville. You were originally from New York, were you not?
I'm from Queens, New York, Jamaica, Queens.
That's what I was thinking. And I'm just going to say something real quick, Chris, that I read an interview where you described, I always preach what country music is today to what it used to be.
Yeah.
You made the best description of that I've ever heard anywhere.
What was that?
You had someone asked you in an interview why you came to Nashville. And the answer you gave said you were fascinated by the lyrics to country music, stories of debauchery, devils, old women with guns, and errant drunk farm boys who ran amok in big cities, runaway small towns, and fell on hard times with vicious pimps and derelict boyfriends. True life depictions so missing in today's watered down country music. And man, you just hit that head on. I mean, I've never been able to come up with the right description. That's it.
Well, that's pretty much the way I perceived it as a kid in New York, compared to all the songs that were being sung by Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. Here was a whole different set of people just kind of singing what you speak in dialogue with people about things and places.
That
So,
is so true. And when you came to Nashville, you came right into the middle of everybody that was in my view, the great songwriters of the times. I mean, you were right there with them all, and of course, you wrote "Dreams of Everyday Housewife" by Glenn Campbell and a bunch of others that's recorded your music. You've got an amazing history.
well, yeah, it's always being at the right place at the right time truly means a lot. I could have come at a different time and have had zero impact on others, and it would have had zero impact on me to be able to develop as a writer. But I was surrounded by so many people who were doing the right thing that it just rubbed off on me.
Right. And, you know, uh, I know you've got some new music out that we want to get to here in just a second, but back in 2013, you wrote a book about your journey here and your
Right,
autobiography, more or less,
right,
Gypsy Dreamers in the Alley. Can
right.
you tell the folks a little bit about that?
Gypsy Dreamers in the Alley was a recommendation of the publisher I was with at the time to document from day one of arrival to the present day. So I had to recant in my memory the things that stuck out the most, which were the people and some of the incidents and the stories that surrounded them. And it was compiled in daily posts on Facebook with comments, and it turned into a book. And it turned into more of a manifesto about being honest and trying to write things that were meaningful in your heart rather than in your head.
That is so true. I mean, it's like people may not be aware of it, but the song "The Lizard" that you wrote, I guess, on your album, that was on your album "A House of Cash."
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, that's an amazing album, and that was done. I mean, you recorded that way back in the early '70s.
I
And
recorded that in 1973. I actually did two albums that year. I did one in the House of Cash, and I did one in Key West later on in the summer months.
Well, it was so good that that one finally came to light and got out there for the folks to
Yeah,
have.
well, it lay dormant for 40 years. It
And
got
that's
lost in a vault somewhere.
and that's amazing. So you've got in 2019 you released an album, I believe Nash Landis.
Nash Landis came out on Drag City Records, and it was just a collection of new songs. That's all I can tell you. It wasn't the exact way I preferred to record them, but it was the best that was presented to me at the time. So I jumped on it and did it.
And you've got two new albums out at this time, I believe, that you're doing. One that had Love Letters just
Yeah, this is
released.
it. Love Letters. Let's see, one of the people I say it's about 6 songs done with full orchestration, strings, everything, just like I did on my first album back in 1968 for Monument Records, fully orchestrated record of love songs.
Would you like to do us one of those off there?
I told Andy that it's been so, I really haven't connected with rehearsing those
Oh,
songs.
okay.
And I'm going to do something else today when we leave here that's kind of reminiscent of where I'm at right now and
Okay.
how I'm feeling about things.
One of your songs that I've just and I mentioned this on post to you before, but one of the songs that means a lot to me just because of the history there is the Ghost of Music Road. That there again, it just it's what it is, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's just a song that's more of a manifesto of about a certain awareness and attitude that pervaded the early Nashville streets that was free and just kind of outrageous in the way people wrote. And that dwindled away. It got lost when all the mom and pop publishing companies got bought up by the suits from New York and California. It just went away, man, disappeared.
Well, one thing that I told people in my introduction to you are that you're an original Nash, one of the well, the numbers are dwindling. Just a few of you are still around, and that are true to what I mean. I call it what it is. If it's people nowadays they come in, they tell you go in a room and write a song about whatever, and they write
Right.
uh, somebody that reads your post, listen to your music. It's Chris Gantry.
Well, yeah, that's the best. That's the best I can do, honestly.
Right. Well, I mean, somebody, somebody can't put, in my view, I don't believe nobody can give you and say, this is what we want you to write about. And if it's
Right.
something you don't care about, how can you write about it, Uh, but I just think that's, your music is amazing. And you've got I follow you on Facebook, of course, and the people love your stories. Uh, and they're just amazing. Now, I know that the Country Music Hall of Fame just started a thing that you were a big part of,
Oh
and
well, yeah,
rightfully so.
yeah. It's an outlaw exhibit of the writers and singers of the late '60s and that revolutionary kind of a time when all the great standards were written that came out of country music that are not coming out of country music today.
That's
Those songs were written by solo songwriters. There were no co-writes on those deals.
and like I said, the songs. I tell folks I'm from the old country. I mean, and I don't knock the new day stuff. If it, I just say call it what it is. Don't call it something it's not. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely, man.
and but Chris, man, so with all this craziness in the world today with the pandemic and what all this stuff going on, everybody's sort of stuck in limbo. Are you doing? You've got a new album out. So what else is going on?
Well, what is going on is that I came across a group of songs that I recorded in 1973, again in Key West, Florida, that actually came to light in '75, and it's this album. It's called Speed. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 original songs that I did live right out on a place called Mallory Square. And it's got some interesting songs of mine that reminded me that even as a young guy, and younger still, I was on top of my game. I was on top of my game as a songwriter as a young guy. And this brought it back to life for me because I'd kind of forgotten about it. And so today what's happening is that a woman by the name of Demetria Kaladimos, who used to be the Channel 4 anchor on the news,
Right.
she's a photojournalist too, and she has just finished a documentary on me. And it's finished, and she's doing the finishing touches on the editing, and hopefully it'll be on Netflix.
Okay.
And I've got a couple of guys that are looking to put a brand on me. It's called the Brand Hotel, and they're gonna in liaison with Demetria try to get me a sponsor so that I can make some new records. It costs money, and there's no money flow coming in to songwriters anymore, performers. It's stopped with the pandemic.
Right. It's just, and it's, I read somebody made a comment I thought was accurate, was that, usually musicians and music is what carries us through hard times. And this time, it's music and musicians got hit the hardest.
They got hit hard.
And it's not just the artist. It goes from the artist that's got staff all the way down to the venues.
Right.
And man, we just hoping this stuff makes a turn and everybody can get back out there and get back to whatever the new norm will be. But we appreciate you taking time today out of your schedule to talk with us. Absolutely. And tell us about what was going on. And now, on your new albums and so forth, people buy that where?
My official Facebook page. It's Chris. What is it? The link to it?
It's Chris Gantry, and then it says official.
Yeah, Chris Gantry official. It's called.
Okay.
And it's a store link on that page.
Okay, and they can go there and get anything they want.
Yeah, you can get anything you want. Get old albums, new albums, whatever you need.
Okay. You want to do us? You got something you want to do for us?
Sure, I'll do a song before I say goodbye. And this is a tip to writers and songwriters and artists, how to approach your art, how to approach it. And it's more or less the approach of the old way, of the Cashes and the Christophersons and the Hartfords and the Eddie Rabbits, the way they wrote songs and how they treated their art. They treated it like gold. They weren't tunesmiths. They created things that were real and had an effect. So it's called Drink It Straight. Here we go. If every dream I ever had was worth $1, I'd be a billionaire by now. The trouble is, I am just too damn rebellious. I can't serve two masters anyhow. What Jesus showed me, that I'm just a dumbass. You cannot win if you hedge the bet. 'Cause if you cheated life, you blow like ashes off a half-smoked cigarette. A half-filled glass of strong tequila. Why, it ain't the path to paradise. But if, my friend, you live to love your passion, drink it straight, not over ice. Drink it straight, not over ice. today I'm lost. What, just like always, I don't have a clue what's going down. I'm like a hobo who leans against the lamppost on the sidewalks of your town. But in my degradation, I have seen wonders. Though I'm ragged and I look obscene, you can boast all day about your numbers. But at least I dare to live my dream. A hat-filled glass of strong tequila. It ain't the path to paradise. But if, my friends, you live to love your passion, why drink it straight, not over ice? Why drink it straight, not over ice? Now there's a big black bird, and he's crowing up there in the bell tower. And it's a sign that says my time is winding down. I better cross my T's and tie up all the loose ends. Make my mark and let them know I was around. And my epitaph will read, why, he was a hellion. But when the storm blew in, he always had your back. He never sipped on life from a paper cup. Why, he'd fill the glass, laugh and toss it back. A half-filled glass of strong tequila. Though it ain't the path to paradise. But if, my friends, you live to love your passion, drink it straight, not over ice. Drink your passion straight, not over ice. That's my word, folks out there in songwriting land. Don't fool around. Write it from your heart. Drink it straight. Don't add no ice cubes, man. Don't water it down. You want to hear the real thing.
Man, right there, Chris, is why Chris Gantry is a Nashville treasure. And man, we appreciate that.
Thank you, Ron.
And
having me on today, man.
Hey, and man, we appreciate you taking your time today, and with Andy setting this up for us. When we get done with this video, there'll be a link at the end of the video that will have your Facebook page link on it for people to go to your store and check what Chris Gantry's doing. Folks, you need to follow Chris on Facebook because he will brighten your day, I promise you. Chris, man, we thank you. And until we talk again, you have a great day, Chris. Thank you, man.
We've talked a lot over the years, and I'm glad we finally got together and did this. Thank you.
We, when this mess gets over with, we got to. The last time you and I actually were together, well, I met with you at the Pancake Pantry.
That's right. I remember that. You bought me lunch. Thank you.
And then we went down to when Chris was at the Ryman. I seen you down there with Donnie Fritz or I think it was Donnie.
About the Pancake Pantry day, though.
But man, it's been a long time. But thank you, Chris. We'll have to do it again.
See you soon, Ron.
You have a great day, brother. Y'all have a great day.